Hey, what's going on, Knights? My name is Izzy the Gamer. We'll go back to another epic video. So today, what we'll be doing is we'll be going over I know another boring video. I wouldn't necessarily call it boring because it's actually really exciting. It's just that I'm used to doing all these edits and it feels really weird just posting and not doing as many edits. So we'll go ahead and wait, what? Yeah, so I'm just not used to, sorry, I was off, that threw me off a little bit. So I'm used to doing a lot of, if you're new to my channel, I love doing edits and whatnot, but it's just some days I just don't have a chance. Like right now, I literally don't have as much time as I want to have. I'm going to just record it and then I'm on my way. But so yeah, so let's go ahead and go over this hero balance adjustment. I kind of looked at it and it looks really interesting. Okay, so the first hero we see is Lilibet, which is one of the ones that everybody was kind of like, yeah, she needs something, and I'm glad that they actually took into consideration to this. So I'm guessing this is going to be put into effect. The probability and numbers of turns are based on fully enhanced characters. The values mentioned in the preview may differ from the actual update. Okay, the skill description mentioned in the preview may differ in the actual update. Okay, so I wonder what that means. Okay, so Lilibet, I believe this is her second skill. Snip Snip brutally cuts the enemy with a 50% chance to inflict 4 bleeds effects for 2 turns, and the caster's combat readiness increased by 50%, deals additional damage if the target is not buffed. Damage increases 50% compared to before. So is this damage increase before she deals additional damage, or is this, either way it's good because that second skill was doo-doo. So I'm glad to I don't have her, but I've seen her being used, and that second skill doesn't do too much, so I'm glad that they buffed that. And then her third skill grants a skill nullifier negating damage, which is really good. Damage increased by 11% compared to before, so we'll see if that 11% is actually viable or not, because it doesn't seem like too much, but we'll see. They added that 11% because a lot of people are, I'm guessing a lot of people are using her to do without defense break. So yeah, so and with defense break she does pretty good damage. Okay, so she's really good against revival, of course. So it's really interesting. That skill nullifier really adds that little touch on it, so that's good. Okay, Lidica, this was really weird. I didn't think she needed a buff. She was kind of just like okay, but she didn't need like nobody was asking for a buff, which is really weird. I'm guessing the developer had attacks all enemies with 100% chance to decrease hit chance for 1 turn and dispels 1 buff, which is really interesting. It looked like I picked my nose or something. It's really interesting because now she's a pseudo stripper, which is really good. That I don't know, that's just really cool. It's not broken, but it just adds it's like immunity, right, or something like that. Be really interesting. Okay, attacks the enemy with the whip. This one is interesting as well. So now she has 2 debuffs on her second skill, which is decreased speed and making them healable, which is really interesting. So if she's like basically the best, not a golem, not 11 because the thing does cleanse, but for 10 and under it's really good because the little tree thing would heal, and it won't heal with this anymore, which is really good. Yeah, so this didn't break her, but it made her more valuable, which is really good. Okay, so Basar. Okay, so I'm guessing they just changed everything about him, because yeah, it looks like the first, second, and third skill attacks wind magic, blah, transferring 1 debuff. Okay, that's the same as before. Caster before inflicting a random debuff for 2 turns. So 2 debuffs. That's interesting. Okay. Attacks all enemies by releasing a hot sand, decreases hit chance and attack for 2 turns. Soul burn effect removed. Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, now the soul burn goes on to here. Attacks all enemies with sand magic, blah blah. Decreasing combat readiness by 30%. Ignores effect resistance. That's really good. I didn't know Basar, and I didn't really see him much. So hopefully this adds. If y'all have Basar, rejoice because it seems like they just redid his old kit, which it doesn't change his position, but it just makes him better at what he does. So that's really good. That's really good. You find another one that I was kind of interested in because she's kind of just like okay, and people already use her, and she just does insane damage. So it's really interesting to see her that she's getting buffed. Attacks with the Dragon Howl, dispelling 1 beam. Basically, it's the same, except it goes down by 1 turn for cooldown, and damage goes up by 50%. So I want to see how much this does. I do have her, and I haven't built her, so I'll see how that goes. And then her third skill, I believe, now the only thing that it does is that it's the opposite. I'm guessing it did this. It stunned first and then dispelled all the debuffs. I'm guessing that's what it did, and now it dispels the debuffs and then stuns, which is interesting. Damage dealt increases if the enemy is buffed. So does this still count? Does the 50% still count if she strips them? I wonder. I don't have. I do have her, but I don't have her built, so I don't know how it works. Yuna, another really interesting one. Okay, attacks all enemies and increases combat readiness of all allies except the caster by 2% when there are 3. Okay. I wonder if it goes up. Wait, is this a first skill? This is the first skill, right? Yeah, this is the first skill. I was like, I thought it was the third skill for some reason. Okay, so this is the second skill. Buffs all allies, increases attack and speed. Okay, and then the third attacks all enemies. When hit, it always results in a critical hit. Interesting. That's really interesting. What is she? She's a ranger, right? Or archer? I forget I always mix these up. Which is that's actually really interesting. I wonder how you build. You just put her with pure crit damage. I wonder if that third skill is actually really good. Like if the multiplier is really good. Interesting. Okay, Araminta. Catalyst, I'm guessing that's the first skill. Damage increased by 14%. Not bad. Attacks all enemies. Okay, burn for 2 turns and a 50% chance to stun. What? So you don't need Emma Araminta anymore. This is Emma Araminta. What the heck? Wait, well no, actually it's a 50% chance to stun, so it isn't as reliable. But it's still it's a half version of her. It's a half version of herself. Really weird. Okay, I mean it's really interesting. If you get it, if you get the stun, okay. If you don't, then you already know. So it's quite interesting. Okay. Assassin Kali, another one. I didn't think she was gonna get a buff. Nobody thought, because she's already really good. Grants Sea Caster increased speed for 1 turn. Okay. Damage increased by 12%. Really? Damage at stealth state increases by 9% compared. Wow. Interesting. Oh no, wait. This is something else. I don't know what skill this is. This is not the third skill. I'm guessing the third skill is this one. Cooldown is decreased by 1. Oh yeah. So I'm guessing this is the first skill. Murder is gone down by 1 turn. Interesting. Not too crazy, but still really good. Okay. Purgus. Okay, blah blah blah. Damage dealt is proportional to the caster's max health. Okay. Okay. It's all enemies. Counterattack has. Okay, so. Oh, so is the second skill a passive? Hits all enemies. No, it says hits all enemies when counterattacking with the 50% chance to. Well, either way. Okay, so he's a tank now, which changes him. Okay. I don't think... Do I have the regular Purgus? I don't think I do, or do I? Maybe I do. I don't know. This is interesting. Okay, at least they buffed him. Armin, the Elmo versions are getting nerfed, and then the non-Elmo versions are getting buffed. Interesting. Releases a bright light, attacks all enemies with 100% chance to decrease it. Okay. Okay, and increases defense for 2 turns. Okay. Of the caster. Okay. That makes her a bit more reliable. That's good. That's good. What is decreases damage suffering of all allies by 10% when this skill is under cooldown. Interesting. Dude, seriously, like this is... They just made Armin better than Elmo. I'm just kidding. But that made her really good. That made her really viable. That's interesting. Okay. Crozet, I mean, like, I looked at it. It's just 1 turn cooldown. I don't really use them anymore because I got Crow. So if you have Crow, good. If you don't, then this guy. Well, there you go. This one I'm really interested in. So she gets an extra turn, which is really good. It made no sense because Kitty Clarissa, I have like 18 of her. For some reason, I keep attracting her. But but she like the way her skills work is that she got loveliness, and then you have to wait a whole other turn for her to do her team up with her first skill, which is really annoying. So this really helps a lot. You know, it makes her compatible compared, like you know, you have Tamarine, you don't use her. So having this now, would you use her? Probably not. It's just quite interesting because now because her first skill does do max HP damage, so she can probably be better in raids maybe. I don't know. It says decreased debuff duration of all allies by 2 turns, which is kind of a cleanse. But at the same time, like I said, if you don't have Tamarine, she's really good now. But if you do have Tamarine, it just differs. It depends on your viewpoint. So yeah. All right, let's go. Katie, interesting. Rapid Cure decreases the skill. What? Why would y'all do this? I'm confused. Okay, look. Let's listen to me for a second, okay? They just technically buffed Destina with the whole thing that came out with the Halls of Trials or whatever, whatever it's called. They gave her a buff because they actually brought her skill cooldown with that thing. But they just made her competition better. Like, what's the point? Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. She's still better now. Like, why? Like, I'm sorry. That's still really good. That's really good. I have her built, so I like that. Okay, let's not complain. Thank you, Smilegate. Okay, Tilly, I don't know much about her. I'll receive 30% less damage. Okay, 10% difference, and then silence. Unable to be buffed and afflict silence. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't have her, so, or I haven't built her, so I don't know too much about her. Gunther, the one that everybody's like, if you get him, rip. Alright, so the caster does not deal a critical hit, but attack increased by 70%, increases critical hit resistance by 70%. Okay. Attacks with an axe starting for 1 turn and decreases defense for 2 turns. Interesting. So they just made him Axe God. Basically. No, I mean, probably not with the specialty change, right? But still, that's really interesting. That's really good. Okay, Spez is crying in the corner. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one because they didn't just buff heroes, which is awesome. They buffed artifacts. So Justice for All, 100% chance to grant cast a random buff for 2 turns. That's so good. That like it was kind of dumb when I first read it, and I have it, but I didn't put it on anybody because I'm like, a random buff for like 1 turn. What is that gonna do? So this is really good. Unless it's invincibility, then yeah, if you're on defense and it's invincibility for 2 turns, then you're screwed. Violet. Okay, Violet's thing. Increase attack by 10%. At beginning of the turn, each effect can stack up to 3. Okay. So it's the same, but it just stacks up faster. Okay, that's good. That's good because Violets can die fast. So not as quick. Not saying that he's like really easy to take care of, but he is an attacker. So having this, if they attack him 3 times, he's already at his max, which is really good. Noble Oath, 50% to 100%. Okay, that makes it a lot better. Even though it's still kind of dumb defense and effect resistance, unless you're using it for PvE, I guess. But I don't know. Alexa's Basket, increased attack greater. Ooh, that's interesting. And critical hit chance for to the caster for 1 turn at the start of the turn. Wow, they just made this so much better. Oh my goodness. Alexa's Basket is actually really good now. I have it, so cool. That's really good. And then this one, like, there's so many things. I'm so excited. Okay, speed increase for certain mage constellations. So not all mages, but a whole bunch of them got just the speed buff. So the ones you notice here, Ludwig, he's now at 112. So you can build him on speed and then just have attack, crit damage, attack, and he'll still have decent speed, which is quite interesting. Challenger Domino as well. Now she's at 101, so you can put her on speed, which is really good. Like a lot of these things, you could put them on speed now, which is really, really cool. So yeah, Lulu as well. Now that she has a decent defense break, so it's really good. Okay, and then the Moonlight, we already gone over this. The nerfs of Armintha, Baal, Vildred, and poor Crimson Armin, which took the hardest hit. Half of her passive, which I didn't care about, but the third skill, which brought down the immunity chance. They could have at least brought down the skill cooldown, I feel, at least, to kind of help that out, because that kind of sucks. But I'm going to trade her in. I feel I don't need her after this, but yeah. So anyways, thank y'all very much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know it's very boring and it's 17 minutes of me just babbling. I tried going as fast as possible so it won't be too long, but I'm just trying to post a bit more. I don't want to just make it one video a week and then a stream, because I just want to edit it. So hopefully I'm gonna keep doing this, and on top adding edited videos as well. So again, thank y'all very much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the rambling. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about these buffs. Could they have done something better? Could they have, is this breaking stuff? Is this like, just let me know what y'all think. I feel like, and the artifacts as well, what you think about the speed. How can this change the meta, the game? Let me know down below, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Every like, comment, subscription is appreciated, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Alright, peace.